Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Leibovit. It's Monday, December 8th, and this is a Leibovit VR tutorial looking at Leibovit VR sequential for United Parcel Service, UPS. As a reminder, there are three versions of my Leibovit VR indicator. The sequential that you're now looking at, which shows all positive and negative VRs. The sequential version, which filters out repetitive VRs unless you're stopped out first. And the same for the two-day version, which takes a trade after 2 days unless you're stopped out first. This is UPS. Nice correlation here with the VRs in the last couple months. So I want to present this to you. Again, we're using this as an indicator to complement your other work. I tend to focus more on this, of course, because I'm a bit biased. And I look at it in a very simplistic manner. You've got a blue line here, 50-day moving average. You've got a green line, 200-day. You've got a basic stochastic on the screen. And this is pretty much all I use for my basic short-term trading. And as you can see here, if you acted on most of these positive negative VRs, you had a quick trade within a day or two in most of them. There was an exception here, of course. There was another one exception here, but for the most part, you had your trades, and this is what the indicator is essentially telling us. Now, in the last week or so, we've had some nice correlation, and on Friday we had a positive VR, and the stochastic seems to be turning up. So intraday on Friday I would have bought and be looking to take a short-term trade here. I can't tell you whether this is going to last several days or it's a 1 or 2 day event. Sometimes, as you can see, you might just get a couple days as back here in October and then a little negative signal, and you would have to be stopped out when that occurs. Real quickly, I'm going to flip to the weekly chart here, not to confuse you, but I've been asked quite a bit about how this applies on a weekly basis. And on the weekly chart, we have some interesting patterns, the most interesting of which is that on a weekly basis, come last week, a negative VR was posted. Now, is this significant? Well, we looked at some other negative VRs in the past, and there's been, maybe a modest pullback or maybe a little bit of a sideways action, but no big collapse, even back here last September, October, maybe a 1 week response. So it may be a premature warning. It's something that, I certainly pay attention to, but obviously, the positives have worked out here, carrying along with the trend of the market, looking at this weekly positive VR in UPS in October, this positive VR back last April and May, this positive VR here back in January, beginning of the year, in terms of looking at a 1, 2, or 3 week type phenomenon. So I do look at the weekly patterns, but I tend to trade on the daily patterns as you're now looking at, and that pretty much covers us. Any questions, email me, mark.vrtrader@gmail.com. Have a pleasant day.